Live. Very excited to be here with you guys. Happy Friday, everyone. We're live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and we are live on TikTok. Hello, people. How's it going? How's your Friday going? We're back again. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Eskin White. How are you? Akosia XO on Instagram. How are you? Guys, trooping. We're going to be having a very quick conversation today. Mabel Jifa says beautiful lashes, guys. Oh, balloons and gifts. You guys, how did you see? Yes, I'm wearing lashes. I have an appointment after this, a big meeting. So that's why I've made up so much. And I decided to come on live because we have a discussion today. So I'm going to hop on to the discussion very quickly because I don't have too much time, just about 15 minutes. So this is going to be a very quick live, and then we can all, enjoy the weekend that's about to get started. Abna Sugar Trust on Instagram said, "You're looking so good." Thank you so much, Abina. Okay, so TikTok, we're live, YouTube, Facebook. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this live feed as we're just about to get started. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how the backlogs are being handled. There is currently a U.S. immigration backlog, a very huge backlog facing the U.S. embassies around the world. Now, this document was released last year, middle of last year, but I find that it's still applicable. So in this live video, we're going to be discussing how the US embassies around the world are prioritizing the issuance of visas, okay? And we'll talk about the 4 different levels. Their topmost priority is tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then tier 4. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you guys. Unfortunately, Instagram doesn't have this option, so I cannot share. TikTok neither. So I'll be sharing with my LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube family right here. But don't worry, guys, I will be discussing it so you will hear everything going on. Okay. Okay. I'm soon going to leave Restream. That's the software I use, and we're going to probably go back to StreamYard. Okay, let me pull that up again and see if it's going to happen. Facebook, LinkedIn, can you guys see my face? I don't know if you guys can see my face. Okay, I think you can. Perfect. Okay, now let's keep it moving. So what they are doing now at US embassies around the world is that they are prioritizing visa categories. Okay, so they cannot work on everything at once. There's just a huge backlog, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. And so they have millions and millions of cases in the pipeline. Okay, so first of all, the US embassies around the world are providing services to US citizens who are based abroad. So if you're a US citizen based in London, Accra, Lagos, and you have an issue, let's say your passport is missing or whatever, then they're going to, of course, your topmost priority because you're a US citizen and you're abroad and you need help. So the US embassies around the world are prioritizing these types of cases for US citizens. Those are the topmost priority. And then this is principally focused on emergency passport services and certain immediate relative visa applications. Okay, so now tier 1, the first level. What's the first level of cases that there's lots of people sending in requests to join us live. Today we are running, so not today, but we can do that another time. Tier 1 is the topmost priority of U.S. embassies around the world. What is Tier 1? What type of visas are included in Tier 1? So with Tier 1, we're looking at immediate relative inter-country adoption visas. So, for example, a father has adopted a child in Ghana or in Kenya, that type of inter-country adoption where the father is a U.S. citizen and he's adopted somebody inter-country outside the U.S. They are prioritizing those types of cases. And then they're also prioritizing age-out cases. What are age-out cases? Age-out cases are where the applicants will no longer qualify because of their age. Guys, remember that there are certain types of immigration benefits that are tied to your age, right? So, by way of example, you could be in the immediate relative category, meaning that you are the child of a U.S. citizen because you are under 21 years old. Immediately you turn 22 years old, you are shifted. You are no longer in immediate relative category. You could probably come to F1 and married son or daughter of a U.S. citizen, or you could be downgraded to probably F1 or F3, married son or daughter of a U.S. citizen if you get married after the fact. Okay, so other examples are, so if you are a U.S. citizen, you can file for your siblings who are based abroad. If you're filing for your siblings, let's say F4, your siblings will have your sibling, that's your sister or your brother. They are the principal beneficiaries. They could have derivatives. That's their wife and their children are the derivatives, right? And so if the child is a minor, they can come along. But as soon as the child turns 22 years old, then they've aged out, you see, and there's no immigration benefit for the niece or the nephew of a U.S. citizen. You get the drill, right? Initially, you were the son or you were the child of a U.S. citizen's sister, but immediately you age out. No immigration U.S. immigration benefit for you because you're no longer a child, right? So they're looking at these cases where there's the potential, well, there's a probability that this person could age out because of they could age out and then they'll no longer qualify. Tier 1 is also taking a look at certain special immigrant visas. That's for the Afghan and Iraqi nationals who work with the US government. Okay. Then now let's move to Tier 2. What cases are they prioritizing in Tier 2 US visas? They are prioritizing immediate relative visas. What are immediate relative visas? These are spouses, parents, and children of U.S. citizens. Those are known as the immediate relative category. So if you are being filed for under these categories, so you have a U.S. citizen's husband or wife or child or parent, then you are under the immediate relative category. Okay, so that's the Tier 2 that they are prioritizing in terms of visas. Now, under Tier 2 also, we have the fiancé visas. So fiancé visas are, these are filed by U.S. citizens. They file this on behalf of their boyfriends or girlfriends or their fiancés, okay? This is the K1 visa that you guys know about. That's the fiancé visa. That is actually Tier 2. They are prioritizing these types of visas, which is good as well. And then they're also prioritizing returning residence visas. Guys, returning residence visas are for returning resident. Can you guys see me on Facebook, LinkedIn, just to make sure? If you guys can see me, please drop me the US flag emoji on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Let me know. Twitter, you guys can see me live and colored. Okay, so the returning resident visas are visas that are issued out to lawful permanent residents or green card holders who spend more than a year outside the US. Okay, so you guys know that if you're a US citizen, then you cannot spend, if you are, Aya Beauty Global says, sound problem. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? Okay, so if you are a lawful permanent resident or a green card holder, you cannot spend more than a year outside the US because otherwise it will be deemed that you've abandoned your residency, unless of course you can prove that you did not intend to. I've done multiple videos on this, so please visit social media pages for more discussions on returning resident visas. But tier 2 is for returning resident visas. IR Global, check your volume, check your settings, probably from you. Now, tier 2, returning resident visas. These are okay, perfect. I see the Facebookers dropping me their US flag, NSA Jekum, Mami Abuna Jifa. Thank you guys. I see Courage also dropping his flag. Let me see right here. Thank you guys. Oh, okay. Somebody doesn't have the US flag emoji, so he's also dropped the word American and has put, I think, the Statue of Liberty. That's a good alternative. Okay, so returning resident visas are tier 2. If you're a lawful permanent resident and you've spent, or you are going to spend you've spent more than a year outside, and you need to apply at the US embassy in your country for permission to re-enter the US, then you are tier 2. They are going to prioritize your case as tier 2. Okay. Then now let's move to tier 3. What cases are they prioritizing? Number 3 cases they are prioritizing are the family preference immigrant visas. Okay, and SE special immigrant visas for certain employees of the US government abroad. Zenq says, Akua, the way Ghanaians have registered for this visa, for this lottery, thank you for that information. I'm aware. We'll talk about that soon. Let's finish today's live and then we'll talk about that. So tier 3, family preference immigrant visas. Family preference immigrant visas are visas for, green card holders. So if you're not in the immediate relative category, you're in the preference immigrant category. Preference immigrant covers green card holders filing for their children and married children, green card holders filing for their spouses. So F1 would be, so now let me go through everything very quickly. Oh God, I'm running late. So immediate relative, again, well, we've talked about that. Let's go to preference immigrants category. Those are for the tier 3. Preference immigrants category F1 means that you are the unmarried son or daughter of a US citizen. That means you're above 21 years old. F2A is for the minor child and then spouse of a green card holder. F2B is for the adult and married son or daughter of a green card holder. F3 is for married children of US citizens. F4 is for siblings of US citizens. So these preference immigrants categories just means that a visa is available. Well, there's an allocation of the number of visas that can be given to these people. I believe 226,000 visas every year, right? Because they want to number these things. They can't let the whole world come to America. A lot of people want to come to America, right? So they have to give quotas. Under the immediate relative category, there's no wait time. So if you're the wife of a US citizen, you don't have to wait for a visa on the visa bulletin. You don't have to wait for your priority date to be current before you apply, right? But under the preference immigrants category, there are wait times. You see, there are wait times. Guys, please note that under the preference immigrants category, F1 is a different thing from an F1 visa holder. I see Cash asking this on TikTok. Can F1 visa holder in America qualify? So an F1 visa holder is somebody who's coming to the US to pursue a full course of study. Now, under the preference immigrant category, F1 means an unmarried son or daughter of a green card holder. Very different things. F1 visa is a non-immigrant type of visa for studies. And F1 preference immigrant category is, you're applying for an immigrant visa, meaning you are relocating to the US to get a green card. And you have been filed for by your US citizen parent. That means you have a father or a mother who's a US citizen. And then, through their filing, you're going to be getting a green card. That's the F1 preference immigrants category. Very distinct from F1 visa, which is a non-immigrant category. You're coming for a temporary period of time to pursue a full course of study in the United States. Okay. So that's it. So tier 3, they are doing these family preference immigrant visas. I've gone through the 4 tiers: F1, F2A, F2B, F3, and F4. And then tier 4, guys, tier 4. Drum roll. So these are the all other immigrant visas, including employment, preference, and diversity visas. So that's the whole point of this. So the diversity visas, guys, they are at the lowest low. That's the bottom of their priority. So the visa lottery, yes, if you win, that's good, but it doesn't mean they're going to call you for an interview. So um the diversity visas, those are the bottom. That's why I still believe that even though the tier, the categorization of the tiers, the way in which the US embassies are working, this document was released middle of last year. It's still relevant because I see this happening now, how they are prioritizing their visas. Okay. So let's cap everything. Let's summarize. Tier 1, they are prioritizing immediate relative intercountry adoptions, age out cases, special immigrant visas. Then tier 2, they are prioritizing tier 2 is immediate relative visas, and then returning resident visas. Tier 3, family preference immigrant visas. And then tier 4, all other immigrant visas, including employment preference and diversity visas. Okay. And then it goes on to say that where possible, some of the consular sections, they are scheduling appointments within all 4 priority tiers every month. So depending on their availability. Okay. Guys, can you see that I've changed my mug? I don't know if you guys can read this well. This one says best lawyer ever. My other one says, well, I have it right here. Trust me, I'm a lawyer. Okay, so that's how I enjoy my tea. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I really have to run. I see a lot of questions. Maybe I should take a few questions and then we can call it a day. Raf Kobe says, as a green card holder, you cannot stay more than 6 months outside the US. Is that the case? Yes, if you're trying to file for citizenship, don't stay more than 6 months. But at the very most, because for citizenship, that actually disrupts your continuous residence, proving continuous residence in the US. More than 6 months, you have disrupted it, and there's a rebuttable presumption that you did not disrupt your continuity of residence. Okay, now let's look on Instagram. Instagram says, what if your student, Balloons Gift Ghana says, what if your student on F1 in the USA and you win a green card? Do you wait for your priority wait time to adjust visa? Absolutely, that's correct. So you just wait for your rank number on the DV to become current on the monthly visa bulletin, and then you can file something known as an adjustment of status. So you're going to be doing the I-485 along with whatever you file right here in the US without leaving. If you are abroad, that means you're outside the US, then you're going to be doing the consular processing with the embassy in your country. Okay, guys, let me see. Giro8 on Instagram says, what are your chances of getting a U.S.A. visa after a 5-year Canada ban? You need a consultation for this issue. What was the reason for the ban? And let's look into that. Okay. Let me see, guys. I really have to go. In fact, even today's video, there were a few more things I wanted to discuss with you guys, but I'm very hard pressed for time. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful session and you have learned something. Now let me take this off. We finished with the screen. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Someone says, Vicky says, new people, how they can apply. What do you want to apply for? Please check on my page. I've shared so many things. So you should be able to see what you're trying to apply for and then get the link and apply. Visa Lottery, we have the link there. And yeah, okay. Someone says, please give me your number. Can you give me your number? Vicky Venia on YouTube, 802-780-0564. You should find it in our description box below. Okay. And then Eric says, jobs, any way out with sponsored visa jobs. A whole new topic for another day. Karijalom says, my dad had his green card 5 years ago. I'm almost 32, a general nurse here in Ghana, and unmarried. How can I immigrate to the US? But if your dad had his green card 5 years ago, he should be filing for you because you qualify under the F2B. You would be the son of a green card holder or lawful permanent resident. So he should have filed for you. Check with him. He should really be able to file for you. Don't see any problem with that. All right, guys. So we've done 20 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us. Very excited to have all of you here. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, drop emojis, like just roll, just do anything on this page so that you'll give us the visibility we need to be able to showcase our awesome work to the world and to immigrants in the US. They need help and we're here for them. Okay, guys, I will see you in our next live video. Please take care, stay safe, and bye. Bye YouTube, bye Facebook, bye LinkedIn, and bye Twitter.